Prime Minister Khan, the US military is finally withdrawing from Afghanistan after 20 years. Are you happy about that?
Happy in one way, because there was never going to be any military solution in Afghanistan. Anxious that they are leaving. Without a political settlement, there's a possibility of civil war.
What would a political settlement look like in your mind?
A political settlement in Afghanistan would mean a sort of a coalition government, a government from the Taliban side and the other side. There is no other solution.
Do you think the Americans made a mistake by saying we're getting out by September the 11th?
Difficult, you know, they have got themselves in such a big mess. They had to give some sort of time frame. But at the moment they gave a time frame, Taliban would have considered that a victory.
How do you feel about the prospect of the Taliban effectively controlling Afghanistan? Are you happy to welcome them into the community of nations?
As far as Pakistan is concerned, whoever represents the people of Afghanistan, we will deal with them.
But what if they're not democratically elected? Does it not concern you on some level that this group of people is accumulating power right next door to you?
Look, I'm not a spokesman for Taliban. For me to say, you know, what they are doing or what they shouldn't be doing is pointless. In case Taliban go for an all-out victory, there is going to be incredible amount of bloodshed. And let me tell you, the country that is going to suffer the most after Afghanistan is going to be Pakistan. We already have 3 million Afghan refugees here. And this could lead another exodus. So that is our biggest concern. The Americans, before they leave, there must be a settlement.
Let's talk about the relationship with the United States. The American CIA director, Bill Burns, made an unannounced visit here to Islamabad. Why?
Ever since 9/11, there's constantly been touch between our intelligence agencies.
Did you meet with him?
No, I didn't.
Did anyone from your administration?
Yes, our head of ISI.
The Americans want to have their spies here and special forces based here in Pakistan to keep an eye on what's happening across the border. Will you allow the American government to have CIA here in Pakistan to conduct cross-border counter-terrorism missions against Al-Qaeda, ISIS, or the Taliban?
Absolutely not. There's no way we're going to
Seriously?
allow any bases, any sort of action from Pakistani territory into Afghanistan. Absolutely not. Pakistan suffered 70,000 casualties, more than any other country, by joining the American war. We cannot afford any more military actions from our territory. We will be partners in peace, not in conflict.
The American military right now is discussing doing airstrikes potentially to support the Afghan forces against the Taliban. Would you allow the American Air Force to use your airspace for those airstrikes?
We are not going to be part of any conflict anymore.
But you haven't decided yet whether you'll let them use your airspace?
This hasn't been discussed at all, so...
What's your feeling about that?
I don't know. We'll discuss this. You know, why would the Americans be using bombing Afghanistan after it hasn't worked for 20 years,